how do I get ahead? How do I get out of this and not have to work in this cubicle for the next 30 years of my life, only to retire with a mediocre retirement? I started to look around. I was looking at stocks, crypto, all these investment vehicles that, the corporations push you towards, corporate America. You've got a 401k, you're putting the match in, but it's not doing anything for you. Well, real estate is the one thing that I could think of to get me to that next point, get me to the next step, working towards financial freedom. And a lot of you guys out there are thinking, oh, well, I don't have money to buy real estate. I don't have 20% down. I don't have $100,000, $50,000. I don't even have $20,000. Well, I want to show you guys something. I want to explain a little bit about how you can get into rental property for a lot less down. I mean, almost nothing down. And that is the FHA loan. Now, a lot of you guys out there that follow my Facebook page know that I harp about this all the time. I'm a big advocate for buying rental property with an FHA loan, and that's because I did it myself. Back in 2018, I didn't have a lot of money. I wanted to get into rental properties because I wanted to start building a financial future for myself. I wanted to work towards financial freedom. And I didn't know how to do this. I didn't have a lot of money. I was getting by paycheck to paycheck. I was working an engineering W-2 job. And while I was making a decent amount, I just wasn't keeping up. And so I thought, what's the best way in order to get to work towards financial freedom? And the best way that I could think of was rental property. And I didn't have a lot of money. So I used an FHA loan actually on one of these duplexes here. There's 8 duplexes in a row across the street here. I'm walking down the sidewalk. There's 8 of these in a row. And I bought the end unit right down there. I'm going to walk down here and show you guys the property. But I put 3.5% down, which at the time was about $10,000. I saved up, had $10,000, and I bought one of these units. Didn't have any money. That left me with zero money in my bank account. But I got into the unit here. My mortgage was covered by the tenant, so I was essentially paying nothing for my house payment. So that actually allowed me to save up some money in order to do it again and again. And I got from 0 to 10 units in 3 years, starting with zero money because of this duplex. And that's why I'm so passionate about trying to teach other people how to do this, because a lot of people have no hope. They're locked in, working paycheck to paycheck, not making any headway. And this is the greatest way in order to do that. And I've done that myself. So that's the only way, that's why I talk about it, was because I was able to do it and work myself out of that situation. So a little bit about the properties here. These are 2-unit properties. They are brick duplexes. Morning, sir. How you doing? They are brick duplexes. They are side by side, which means that all of the utilities are split, so you can have that cost go on to the resident. Buildings like this are perfect. They are purpose-built buildings. You can see 2 gas meters here on the side of this building. But this is my property here. Bought it for a good price, and I moved into it, and I was able to start saving money. I actually cash out refinanced this property because it had appreciated so much that I pulled some money out and was able to take that money and buy a, someone was yelling my name out there. I don't know who that was. I was able to take that cash out refinance money and actually use it as a down payment on another property. I bought a single family home in East Lake with the money that I pulled out of this duplex. So it's actually an infinite return now, because I put about $10,000 down. I pulled, I think, $30,000 or $40,000 out of it when it had appreciated. And you might think, oh, I can't live next to my tenants. I have a family. I have kids. Well, these buildings in particular are very nice. They're split down the middle. Actually, they're purpose-built duplexes, so there's a brick firewall down the middle. You can't even hear the person in the other unit. There's no reason that somebody can't move into something like this. If you say you can't, I just want to say that think about it, and if your financial future is more important than 1 year of discomfort, then do something like this. Get into a 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, get the ball rolling, and after 5 years, you might be in a position where you have a little bit of side income, and you can leave that job and maybe go to a job that you like better. Or if you have enough, you can just leave that job altogether you know, in my case, I was able to save up enough money and through my cash flow, have a little bridge in order to quit the job that I did not like in order to pursue a career that I had more passion about. If you want to buy rentals, but you kind of been thinking, well, I don't have the money to do it, this is the best way to do it. You can do this with a 3 or a 4 unit property as well. Actually, I did this on my duplex, and then I refinanced out, like I said, and I did the FHA loan again on a 4 unit, and that actually helped me get from 0 to 10 units in my 3 years, because I used that leverage again. If you can use the 3.5% down loan and have the bank put up the rest of the money, your cash on cash return is going to be a lot higher because you're putting a smaller amount down. Now you want to make sure to run your cash flow projections, make sure that you are going to actually cash flow, because a lot of people think that the rent minus their mortgage payment is cash flow. Well, that's not the case. That's actually the quickest way to lose money. You want to make sure to account for vacancy, maintenance, repairs, property management. So you always want to make sure to run those numbers. But if you can cash flow on a property and you're only putting 3.5% down, then that's the best way to go if you don't have a lot of money. If you guys want to talk to me about this stuff, if you have any questions, if you have a specific property you want me to look at and run the numbers and give you my opinion on what it might cash flow, if the price is right, or if there's anything in there home inspector related, feel free to shoot me a message, give me a call. More than happy to answer any questions you guys have. I'm very passionate about this because this is the way that I was able to actually quit my job and move to a job that I liked better. I was in an engineering job that I did not like at all, and I was able to parlay into something that I enjoyed more and able to take a risk by quitting that job, mainly for the reason that I had these rental properties that were spitting me a little bit of cash flow, and they gave me a bridge in order to be able to take the risk and go to a career that I enjoyed more. So if you guys are stuck in your job that you don't like, you know, you're working so many hours and you just don't see any hope in sight, and you want to work towards financial freedom and a better financial number or situation for your family, this is the way to do it. I'm here for you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a good January. Stay warm.